So I made a video on how to download and install the Ryujinx Emulator for Android, and a lot of you ran into a problem with the Switch firmware installation. I know it was frustrating, and some of you couldn't get your games running because of it. But don't worry, I've got you a new and easy method to help you install the Switch firmware so your games won't crash anymore. First, let me explain why these issues was happening. Many of you had troubles with the firmware installation because of a few steps that got missed. And in this video, I will guide you through everything step by step. So by the end of this video, you will have the firmware installed and your games will run smoothly. So to continue, first of all, you have to get your Ryujinx emulator, and which is this one for the Android version. I'll leave the link under this video description so you can get it. So first of all, let's install the Ryujinx emulator app. Okay, so after the installation, let's quickly run up the setup. Okay, so this is the interface of the Ryujinx Android emulator. So I'll be teaching you guys on how to fix the firmware issue, so don't worry. First of all, let's install our product keys. Let's do the necessary things first. To install, just press on this thing over here and then select settings, and then under the app select this one. So first of all, we are going to choose our games folder, meaning we are going to select the folder that contains our Switch games or Switch ROMs. So let's do that first. ROMs, and then select use this folder, allow. Okay, now the second is let's install our Switch keys or our product keys. To do that, just press on this which says import keys. Okay, now before that, you need to get your Switch keys. Okay, so before that, you will need to get your Switch firmware and Switch keys. So to install the Switch keys, you have to open up the keys. If your keys is in the zip file, you will need to extract it. So using Z archiver, you press on it and then you select the second one, or you select this one which says extract here. So this is our product keys. These are product keys. Now we will install the firmware also, so we will need to get our firmware. This is our firmware. Please, I can't teach you where to get the Switch keys and the firmware. The product keys and the firmware. And please, both the product keys and firmware must be the same version. When you look here, I have firmware version 19, and also with the keys, I have the product keys version 19. So now let's extract the firmware also. To do that, just press on it and then select this one, the third one, which says extract to archive name. Okay, so now we are done with the extraction of the firmware. Now let's go back to the Ryujinx Emulator app, which is this one. So we are going to install the product keys. To do that, just press on this one and then locate the folder that contains your product keys. So in this manner, they are located in the folder called keys and then product keys. and then you select your product keys file. So we are done with the installation of the product keys. Now, first of all, let's do the normal installation of the firmware. Install it, and then just press on this and select file. Locate the folder that contains your firmware, and you press on it. Okay, so this is the error that we've been getting, which says unknown error has occurred. Please check log. So we are going to fix this thing, and we will be able to bypass this and install the switch firmware. Now to install it, use this method. First of all, press on open app data, open app folder. Press on this one, open app folder, and then use open with your file manager, which is this one. Now here, this is the Ryujinx app data folder. So this is the data folder. First of all, press here, and then locate the folder that contains your switch firmware, which is inside this firmware folder. This is the zip. Remember, we extracted the firmware to this folder. So in this folder, these are the firmware. So what you are going to do is just press on the three dots over here, and then you press on select all. Okay, so now press on this, and then you press on copy to. Select this one which says copy to. Now here, press on this thing, press on this. So here we can see the regions, which is this one. We can see the region data, which is this one. So you press on this, and then you should see folders like this: base, games, logs, profiles, SD card, system, blah blah blah. So here, just select your base folder, and then inside the base folder, select system, and then select contents, select registered, and then here you paste in your switch firmware. You paste in your firmware here. So you just have to select on copy. It's copying 229, I think. So we are done with the installation of the firmware. Now let's check to confirm that the firmware has been installed. Just press on this thing over here, and then you select on Ryujinx, which is this one, base, system, content, registered, and here we can see our firmware files. Now let's confirm it again with Zarchiver. Go to Android data, and then you search for the Ryujinx Emulator file, like Ryujinx Emulator folder, which is this one. Select it, files, base, system, content, registered. So we have our firmware files installed. So now let's exit the Ryujinx app and relaunch it again. Okay, so here we can see our games because we added the game folder. So we are done with the installation of the firmware files. So with this, you'll be able to play most of your games without crashing. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you really like this video, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Respect. Thank you.